6 o'clock in the morning on Wednesday, April 2nd, and it is thunderstorming out. So we are going to get started a little early. I woke up a little late. I was gonna go to the gym, but we're gonna start writing Wednesday bright and early. My name is Hannah, and this is a place where we talk about all things creative. And I am on this journey to get my first piece of writing published, and so we are starting at 5 in the morning, 6 in the morning. I work a 9 to 5 as a UX designer, and so I'm trying to build in my dreams in the hours around it. So on Wednesdays, I am posting Writing Wednesdays, where I am going to talk through, I'm in the outlining stage. I had a manuscript and I'm cutting it up to pieces and redoing it. So I am in the outlining stage. And so if you'd like to, feel free and follow along, join with me, use this space as well as a way to find community. And I'd love to hear down below what you are working on as well. So I'm going to get into outlining. If you still have not seen the resource, it's linked down below. That's exactly what I'm working in. I created an asset for you. If you are a visual creative like me, this might help you. So I'm going to be working in that, and then I'm going to set the Pomodoro timer up here. That link is also down below. I'm going to use this time. Feel free to pause the video, do the same, or just as it's going to be a condensed, shortened time for the video version. But I'm going to be going through 25 minutes, and then taking a little bit of a break, and then assessing and see if I can maybe do another sprint like that. So with that, I'm going to get some music going and set up the timer and get to writing. So we got the Act 1 kind of plotted out. I've added more details, I've added some more meaning and some more background into some of the points, so I feel really good about it. I'm actually going to go in and probably add the images now, because while I'm in it, I could really want to just like build out this entire space before I move into Act 2. So we're going to add some images. And then I'm also probably, before I go into Act 2, I'm going to start mapping out, I'm going to move into that bottom section, into the character development, and probably start thinking through, based off of the people that I've introduced already, really kind of trying to fill out their character cards, because I don't want to forget about that as I'm going through the rest of the piece. I want to be able to like reference it when I get to, Act 3. So that's kind of where I'm at. I think some of the pain points today, some of the highs were, I feel really solid, I think, in Act 1. I think I've got a good amount of meaning. The flow of it feels pretty good. And then I feel like I have this like pull to like want to start writing. So I'm actually really excited to kind of start the actual drafting again. But some of the lows would be I'm unsure about how many characters to really introduce because I have some like key characters that kind of come in Act 2. So I'm really trying to be cognizant of that. So we wrote this morning, and then Gustav and I went out for a quick walk, and we went out for a quick walk in the rain. But I kind of wanted to jump back on because as I was walking, I was talking on the phone, and I just had this. I had this really like I think clarity kind of insight into all of this, but I was kind of reflecting on like, hey, like I feel really proud of the fact that like even if I'm not showing up, every single day to write, even if I'm not showing up more than like what I'm showing you, and it's just on Wednesdays I sit down and I have 30 minutes to just feel like I'm moving forward, that's enough. And I think to some it may seem silly that like, hey, this is something that like you're passionate about, something that you want to do, like you should be spending more time on it, you should be able to like blah, 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 blah. But I think that's just like an internal kind of struggle that I have as, I don't know if it's a culturally like, in America where like you have to be doing so many things all at once, or if it's just like an internal struggle that I have. But but I have a lot of things that I want to do. And like, I know that like, and it's just, I think it's similar to like health or fitness kind of journey. Like you don't go in going, I'm going to go to the gym for 2 hours every single day. I'm going to be doing doubles, thinking I'm going to be able to sustain this for a long time, right? Like you just know that like when you go from 0 to 100, you're probably going to putter out at some point, and you're going to fall off, that pattern. And so for me, I think what I did, and I think what made me kind of think of this is the fact that I know I just got a message saying that NaNoWriMo is closing down, and like that's how I started. Like I started this project doing a NaNoWriMo because I didn't understand the process and I didn't understand how you even go about doing this. And so like something like that was really enticing for me because it just felt like, okay, I have this challenge, I'm going to try. And I completed it. Like it was probably one of the most impactful things that I had done. But at the same time, it was not that muscle and that repetition of the pattern of the, like, I hadn't built the repetition of the habit to be able to sustain it because it wasn't a sustainable amount of time. Like I was up at 4 a.m. and I would write until I had to go to work. And I was a contractor at the time, so I could kind of show up maybe 30 minutes late, depending on whenever I got there, is when my work started. So like I would write until I had all of those words. But like I don't have that freedom now, and I also just know that there's other things that like I need to be cognizant of, that like I need to take care of. And so I think that's it. It's like I know that this feels very light, but I just want to encourage you, if you struggle with similarly to me, that like I'm just trying to build that habit. I'm trying to just like slowly attach it on to like, I've made this mental note that like I'm going to write on Wednesdays because it makes sense in my brain. I'm going to write on Wednesdays. And so like I've only been doing this for a couple weeks. But like I'm starting to look forward to it. I'm starting to like think about it during the week. And while I might not be opening up my laptop, like I'm thinking through the book, I'm thinking through the characters, I'm thinking through the plot points. So that way when I do get here, like I am excited because it doesn't feel like, okay, I have to sit down. It doesn't feel like I'm walking through mud basically to try and like, it doesn't feel like I'm pulling teeth to try and get this done. It feels enjoyable. And that's how I want to go into this. So I think for me, this is why I'm doing it in this way. And so I just wanted to explain that, I'm going to slowly, I'm giving myself this quarter, so it's the second quarter, so April, May, and June, to just, if as long as I do this on Wednesdays for half an hour and I'm slightly moving it forward, I'm calling it a success. But like, I'm also realizing just in like the 2 weeks, like I'm doing more in my free time, and I've opened it up and I've like kind of perused it a little bit, but like, you know, it will come, and I am proud of myself for that. So if that's a thought that you're having, or if you feel similarly, I just wanted to share, because I know that there's a lot of us that started in the NaNoWriMo kind of space, and I know that there's now not a space for that. And so I just want to share, I guess, my response in the sense of like how I'm moving forward post, you know, that whole process. So, but yeah, so I am so excited, honestly, about where I'm at with it today. The Act 1 is feeling really good, and it is 7:30. I start work in half an hour, and I'm gonna get ready, maybe relax just a little bit, and then I might be able to work a little bit on it during lunch. I might try, actually. But a long morning already, just a lot of conversations. So I'm gonna not do any writing at lunch, and then I'm gonna check back in after work and try and get some stuff done before I run, if the weather stops, because it's still thunderstorming. So it is after work. And I didn't get any writing done at lunch, like I had mentioned, but I am going to, the storms have finally stopped, so I'm gonna go for a quick run, and then I'm going to come back and get some stuff done. I'm going out of town tomorrow, and then I'm gonna sit down and write. So I'll see you in a little bit. I just wanna say, working a 9 to 5 and trying to be creative and trying to fit life and health and fitness and taking care of animals and humans. I don't take care of other humans, but just, it's just hard, you know? And I think it's admirable to do this, no matter how much time and energy, you know, we're able to kind of set aside for it. So I'm like, I know that that's just not my current reality. And it probably wouldn't be a healthy kind of reality either. So yeah, I don't know. I was just on my mind because today was a lot of at work, and like, also I don't commute. I'm remote, so like I literally can close my laptop. But then again, maybe the idea that I work from home means that there isn't that separation, so it's harder to even focus, because since I started working from home, it's been really hard to, you know, do my creative pursuits on the side, because I do everything in my home. So anyways, again, I have to go. So we are back. I went for a run with Gustav, and yeah, we did. And it was really good. It's about to storm again. So I'm probably just gonna sit down and start writing a little bit more, but I'm gonna sign off here for Writing Wednesday. Thank you for joining for the second video in the series. Again, if there's something specific you want to talk about, or, you know, let me know down below what you're working on. And yeah, we will continue it up next week. But I guess as a parting note, I was talking to a friend while I was on my run, and I was talking through all of the changes I made this morning. And as I was saying it out loud, you know, it made sense to me, and it was like nice to be able to, as I was going through each section in Act 1, it really did make sense, and it felt like it was the right pacing. The response I got from it seemed very positive, and so I'm now feel so confident. So I will say, maybe if you haven't tried that, after you get through maybe, you know, doing your bullet points for Act 1, or just maybe for the first one, that maybe you do pass it by someone, what you're kind of working on for their outline, and get their take on it. So this is it for Writing Wednesday of the second video in the series, and I will see you next week.